Good morning, everyone. We're here in Robinsonville, North Carolina. There's Daniel.
Morning.
And we're about ready to leave the hotel for Tail of the Dragon to do Cherohala Skyway today. And we'll find out what else we see here. I'll swing the camera around, you can see the hotel. But we are in the Smokies because it looks smoky. You gotta see the Smokies there. There's our hotel, nice hotel. And we're all packed up and ready to go. Daniel's bike, and we're gonna hit the tail of the dragon and see if we can make it around it. Yeah, we made it to Deal's Gap to be the starting of our Tail of the Dragon. And what you're looking at there in front of me is, I guess, kind of, yeah, the tree of shame. It says there, this is where people's dropped their bikes, had wrecks, and they put the pieces off their bikes or whatever they had wrecked up on the tree. Hopefully we don't have to put anything up there. We're back over there, so we're gonna go look around. Look at all the bikes and stuff. Looks like they got some kind of thing going on. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff on this tree. Kind of interesting to see it all. Shoes. Put the date on it. Well, in the store, we're going to go back and get some stuff after we do the rides. But gotta go up. We're going to go up there and look in there. And then we'll probably do our rides and then come back and get some souvenirs. There's a whole bunch of stickers. Even a little motorcycle in there. That's something. So once we looked around there at Deal's Gap and kind of looked through the shops and kind of got an idea of some of the souvenirs we wanted, we didn't want to get them yet until we were done. We headed out to do our ride on Tail of the Dragon. Our plan was to go all the way up Tail of the Dragon. We was going to go a little bit extra, so we went, I think, a mile or so extra after Tail of the Dragon, about 12 miles. It was a really nice day. It was around, somewhere in the 70s, and just a beautiful day. We took our time. We weren't trying to go fast, so we had to let some other people pass, but we had a good time. We were a little slow going around some of the corners because it's the first time we'd ever seen them, and there's some real switchbacks and things like that. So it was exhilarating to do, but it was a lot of fun. This is just a small part of the Tail of the Dragon. Nobody wants to watch all 11 miles and all the corners we went through. It gets kind of boring, but it's not boring when you're on the bike and you're having to concentrate through all the corners. We had some overlooks that were really nice there. You can see one there. We didn't. We stopped at one on the way back, but other than that, we concentrated on doing all the corners and just taking everything in. Well, once we made it all the way through the Tail of the Dragon, going away from Deal's Gap, we found a place to turn around and started heading back. This is the overlook we stopped at. A lot of bikes were there. And this is the map of the Tail of the Dragon coming back to Deal's Gap. And we did a little better coming back than we did going up. Of course, once we seen the road, it's a little easier to get around some of the corners because, we seen them. Again, it was a lot of fun. It was really exhilarating. Nice day out. We got back to Deal's Gap and we did get souvenirs, and we ate lunch there at their restaurant, just some hamburgers and fries, but it was good, and kind of watched everybody do their thing. And then it was time to head over to the Cherohala Skyway. Once we got done with lunch and doing everything we wanted there, we did take a little 10-mile detour to Fontana Dam. Really nice little place before we headed over to the Cherohala Skyway. Well, we've got away from Tail of the Dragon, and now we're up on the Cherohala Skyway, and we've pulled at this overlook, and it's called Chute Cove, elevation 35,050 feet. And we're gonna walk up here. Daniel's already on his way, and a good time to get out and stretch our legs and see what we can find. This ought to be an interesting little overlook. We're up the top of this little platform they've built. It's really nice. Amazing little view out there. Smokey Mountain National Park. There's a sign. Well, we drove up through Cherohala Skyway. We stopped at almost every overlook and got some great pictures. We got all the way through, and then we turned around and came back, and we went on to Bryson City for the night so we could go to the Smokey Mountain National Park the next day. So we finished up the day about 170 miles and got ready for the next day's events.